Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Secret Parents. In today's video, I'm excited to share how to crochet this beautiful Alpine stitch and also how to crochet this beautiful blanket. So this blanket uses the Alpine stitch along with another stitch. So it uses the Alpine stitch, which you can see is a very, very beautiful stitch with lots of texture. And then I also use every 20-30 rows, I use just a couple of rows of just plain double crochets. So I will show you in this tutorial how a diagram of exactly what I did for this blanket. So if you're wanting to exactly copy me, you can check the diagram in the tutorial. Also, don't forget that there's a free blog post, so check the link right in the description box below, and I'll also try to put a link in the cards if I can. So there's a link to the free blog post for how to make this blanket, and then I'll also want to mention that you can adjust the playback speed of this video. So if you are a little bit more of a beginner or more advanced crocheter, you can adjust the playback speed by clicking the little settings gear icon in the bottom right corner of the video, and then click playback speed, and then I can either talk faster or slower depending on whether you're more advanced or more of a beginner crocheter. So let's go ahead and jump right in and learn how to make this beautiful Alpine stitch and blanket. For my blanket that I mentioned before, I chained 100 chains, and that was 30 inches and then by 45. And so I just made this little chart so you guys can see what I did for this beautiful blanket. So I did 8 inches of, 8 inches of the original Alpine. So exactly like what we're doing together. So I did 8 inches of that, or 25 rows. And then I did 4 inches or 7 rows of just plain double crochet, because I found that it added a really fun difference in texture. Otherwise, it was going to be really thick and too much texture. So you can see here was the beginning, and you can see that's what I did for 25 rows. And then you can see that I did 7 rows of this beautiful, it's just plain double crochet stitches. And then I began doing the next part. So what I did is, to begin again, I just basically pretended like I had started from the chain. So I did a single crochet row, and then I plain double crochet row, a single crochet row, and then I began doing the front post. And then you can see that here, if I'm going back to my chart, I did 31 rows. So I did 25 rows of the front post. Then I did 7 rows of double crochet, 31 rows of the front post again, 7 rows of double crochet, 31 rows again of the front post, 7 rows of double crochet, and then I ended with 25. So you can kind of get the idea of it was 25, 7, 31, 7, 31, 7, 25. So that's what I did personally, and my blanket, I am very, very happy with the results. So that is what I did. All right, so the supplies that you'll need today is some Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, or any yarn that you want to use. So this is a number 4 worsted weight yarn, and you can see that if you look right here. It says number 4, and then it has like a little ball. So this is a number 4 worsted weight yarn. However, if you're using a different weight yarn, you're just going to want to use the hook size that it recommends on the label. So for me, this is 5.5 millimeter hook, which is exactly what I'll be using today. So you'll need some yarn, then you'll need a darning needle, and I like to have stitch markers just because when I make a blanket or whatever, I like to be able to mark either my first or my last stitch of the round. So that is a stitch marker. And then you also need a 5.5 millimeter hook, like I mentioned before. So this is an I, or 5.5 millimeter hook, and I absolutely love the Clover Amour brand hooks. I cannot recommend them highly enough. So yeah. So to begin, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a slip knot. So put the yarn at the base of your fingers. Then you're going to wrap it around your finger twice. Then you're going to grab the back loop and bring it forward, so to the front. Then you're going to grab the new back loop and bring it up and over and off your finger. Or if you have a different way of making a slip knot, that is totally fine. So now you're going to insert your loop into your hook and tighten. So grab both tails and tighten. There we go. And now we are going to begin the foundation chain. So you'll begin by chaining a multiple of 2. And so for my blanket, I chained 100. The blanket that I showed you in the intro, I chained 100. For this just example little swatch, I'm just going to chain like 20, just so that you guys can see what I'm going to show you how to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. To make a chain, you're just going to yarn over and pull through. So yarn over, pull through. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so I just chained 20, and now what we're going to do is we're going to chain one more, and that will be our turning chain. So now we're going to go ahead and begin working into our chains that we created. So I'm going to begin by inserting to the second chain from hook. So loop on your hook does not count as a chain. And you're going to skip that very first chain, and you're going to go into the second chain. So 1, and then that's second. So we're going to insert into the second chain. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a single crochet. So you're just going to work back the other way, just making single crochets in each stitch. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced crocheter, you can always work into the back bump of this chain, or you can just work into the side. The back bump tends to make it a little bit more neat looking, but it's also a little bit trickier. So you can work however you want. And I'm just getting into the side of the chain right there. So you can see there's the next chain. We insert into that loop, insert into that loop, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 2 loops on your hook. There you go. So now you're just going to continue single crocheting each stitch across, then I'll meet you back and we will continue on to round number 2. Alright, so as you can see, I have 2 chains left, so 1 and 2, and I'm just going to make a single crochet into the last 2 chains. So I'm now going into the last chain, making a single crochet. Now we have completed row number 1. For row number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. And now what we're going to do is you can either double crochet into the first stitch, or you can skip the first stitch and double crochet into the next stitch and have the chain count as your first double crochet. So you can either have this chain count as your first double crochet and not go into that first stitch, or you can have the chain not count as anything and make a double crochet into that first stitch. I tend to prefer to make a double crochet into the very first stitch and have the chain count as just turning, so nothing for stitches. So that's what I prefer, but you are welcome to do whatever you like. So I'm going to make a double crochet in each stitch across for row number 2. So you're going to yarn over, insert either into the first stitch or into the second stitch depending on your chain. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So I'm going to show you that one more time. So yarn over, insert into the next stitch, and you're just inserting into the top 2 stitches. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And that is just what you're going to do for each stitch in this row. And if you're struggling with any of these stitches, you can either check out my videos or videos by other crocheters on how to do each stitch, so like a double crochet or a single crochet. So I'll put a link in the cards to my videos that you can watch if you're struggling. So now I'm just going to finish this row out by double crocheting in each stitch, and I will meet you back. Alright, so you can see I have 1 stitch left. You're just going to make a double crochet, into that last stitch. And if you're struggling, that is why I recommended a stitch marker. So you can always put a stitch marker at the last or first stitch of your row. Okay, so now for row number 3, we just finished row number 2, and you should have 20 stitches. Now for row number 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to single crochet into each stitch across. So these are kind of like the foundation rounds before we begin the very pretty alpine stitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert into the very first stitch right there, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, just like we've done before. So I'm just going to single crochet in each stitch for this row, and I will meet you back. All right, so as you can see, I finished round number 3. Now for round number 4, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. And we're going to begin, so depending on whether you like to have your turning chain count as a stitch, you'll either do a double crochet into the first stitch or you won't. So I prefer to have my chains not count as a stitch, and so I'm going to do a double crochet into the very first stitch. Then what you're going to do is you're going to begin the kind of what's called the Alpine stitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a front post double crochet. So that just means you're going to yarn over, and you can see here, this is the single crochet row, the double crochet row, and then the single crochet row. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and we are going to go around this double crochet. So there we go. Hopefully so you can see there's the first stitch. We're not going to go around the first stitch. We're going to go around the second double crochet. So 1, 2, so around the second double crochet. And of course, if you had your turning chain count as a stitch, then it would be it'd still be the second stitch, but it would technically be the turning chain, then the first double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, go around that stitch. So you're going to go around, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, kind of pulling up so that it's about level with your other double crochet. So this will be a little bit of a longer double crochet. So I'm going to take that one and just show you one more time, because I know it's a little bit tricky to begin with, but you'll catch the hang of it. So you're going to begin by yarning over and going around that double crochet stitch. So you're going to just pull around it. You're going to yarn over, pull through, pulling up a little bit, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now the stitch behind it is totally obsolete. We're not going to use that anymore. That was the stitch. So that stitch behind it is, if we were to use this, then we would get more stitches and our blanket would begin to look like a triangle. So we don't want to do that. So now for the next, what you're going to do next is you're going to make a double crochet into the next single crochet. So into the top of that single crochet, and then you're going to do the same thing around the next stitch. So you're going to do a front post double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, going around that double crochet like that. You're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, kind of pulling up just a little bit, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And then you're going to don't go right behind that front post double crochet, otherwise you're going to get more stitches. So you're going to go into the next stitch and make a double crochet, and you're just going to repeat this in each stitch around. And then I'll meet you back at the end of this row, and I will show you how to finish the row. So you can see this is what it is looking like, super pretty like texture. So now I'm going to go ahead, finish up this row, and then I'll meet you back. I'm not sure I was quite clear enough. So what I meant to say is that you're just going to do a front post double crochet, then a double crochet, and you're just going to repeat that. So front post double crochet, repeat that in each stitch, and then I'll meet you back once I get to here, and then I'll show you how to finish up this row and move on. Alright, so as you can see, I just am coming to the end of row 4. And now what we're going to do is we are going to, you see I have 1 stitch left. So we did the front post double crochet, then we did double crochet, and I have 1 stitch left. And all you're going to do is you're just going to make a double crochet into that stitch. So just a regular double crochet, so like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and now you can see that this is the back side of the front post stitches. So this is the back side, and now what you're going to do is you're just going to single crochet in each stitch across. So I'm going to single crochet into the first stitch and then into each stitch across, and I'm just going to continue this, and I'll meet you back for, so this is row number 5, and then I'll meet you back for row number 6, and we will continue on together. Alright, so as you can see, we finished, I just did my last single crochet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, turn our work, And you're going to double crochet into the first 2 stitches. So, and if you're having your chain count as the first stitch, then you're just going to crochet into the second stitch. So double crochet into the first 2 stitches like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do front post double crochets on the opposite stitches of what we did 2 rows ago. So you can see that here was our first front post. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go between that. So here and here was our first front post, and then this one was a normal double crochet, and we're going to go into that, around that normal double crochet. You're going to want to pull up, so make sure your tension is nice and even, so that's what it should look like. So you should have 1 treble, then, or not treble, sorry, 1 front post, then a front post in the middle from this row, and then another front post. So now you're just going to repeat the front post, and then you're going to do a double crochet, a normal double crochet into the top of that single crochet. Then you're going to do a front post double crochet into the next stitch. Then you're going to just do a normal double crochet into the top of the next stitch. So you're just going to repeat that, and you can see that we're going into opposites. There we go. You can see that we're going into opposite of the ones that we did 2 rows ago. So you're just now going to continue doing that in each stitch around. Then I'll meet you back, and we will finish up round number 6 together. And yeah, all right, so as you can see, we just finished row number 6, and it is looking absolutely gorgeous. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. Now we are going to just single crochet in each stitch across, and once you have completed that, you are going to just go ahead and go back to round number 4. So you're going to, at this point, repeat rounds 4. You're going to go ahead and repeat rounds 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And you're just going to repeat that until you're done with however much you want to do for your blanket, your scarf, whatever you're making. So single crochet in each stitch across, and then you're just going to go ahead and start again doing your exactly what you did for row 4. So you can go ahead, back up the video, and repeat that. I'm going to go ahead and finish doing a couple more rows, and then I will come back, show you what to do when you want to switch to doing the double crochets, if you're following along like I did for the blanket. And if you're not, then you can just continue, and I will meet you back and show you how to finish off using the stitch. So, all right, so I did a couple more rows, and now you can see that I just finished the front post, a row of front posts. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to chain 1, and this is for whether you're beginning your double crochets. So like if you're done with the Alpine stitch and now you're going to begin your double crochets, or if you're completely done with the blanket. Let me show you what that would look like. So if you're completely done with the blanket, this is the same. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're just going to single crochet into each stitch across. So super, super simple, but it adds a really nice touch. Instead of just ending with this and wanting to curl, it's a little bit less likely if it has the single crochet. So that is what we're going to do. You're just going to single crochet in each stitch across, and now you have completed your blanket or swatch, whatever you're making. And so as you can see, now you're just going to continue doing however many rows you want to do for either this, or if you're wanting to do the blanket like I did and have it turn out exactly like mine did, you can do this. Now, one thing more I wanted to mention is that I used the Red Heart Super Saver ombre color for both this blanket and for the swatch, but I just didn't do enough of the swatch to actually see a color difference. So if you're doing the blanket, you could use ombre and it changes colors absolutely stunning, like just so, so pretty. Or you can always use different colors for each of these sections. So you're welcome to use your creativity and do whatever colors you want. Thank you so much for making this super fun crochet blanket along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make new videos pretty much weekly, so I'd love to see you there. Also, don't forget to comment down below and tell me what color you made this blanket in. I absolutely love hearing from you guys, so thank you again so much for watching. And if you are at all interested in knowing how to wrap a crochet blanket for gifts, you can check out this next video and I will teach you exactly how to do that. So I'll see you there.